Good mornings start with optimal sleep, and Lagoon pillows are made just for that. They're customizable, supportive, and will have you waking up feeling your best. It's the thing that you lay your head on for 8 hours a night, and if it's not exactly right for you, it can lead to needless tossing and turning, or worse, have you waking up with that unrelenting kink in your neck each morning. Lagoon has helped us improve our sleep immensely by pairing us with the performance pillow that is everything we need. I was matched with the Fox pillow, and Sally was matched with the Otter pillow, which has helped us wake up refreshed and pain-free each morning. Lagoon's biggest sale of the year is happening right now, and it's better than the usual deal that we share. From now through Black Friday, get $25 off every Lagoon pillow, $60 off 2, or $160 off 4. No code needed. Don't wait until Black Friday weekend. This early access sale is live now, and popular pillows tend to sell out fast. Go to lagoonsleep.com/ChooseStrong and take their awesome 2-minute sleep quiz to find your match. Use the code ChooseStrong for 15% off your first purchase. That's lagoonsleep.com/ChooseStrong. This episode is brought to you by John G. John G makes running apparel for everyday exploration with designs, materials, and features meant to help runners go farther. And as you've noticed, temperatures have started to drop a little lately. And that's why I've been wearing the Merino long sleeve half zip, which features odor resistance and thermal regulation. It's a great lightweight long sleeve mid-layer made with quality merino wool and durable nylon. It's great for a run or even just casual wear. All of John G's apparel is made with durability in mind and is backed by a 5-year guarantee. Also, they're launching their full Black Friday sale November 17th through December 1st, where they're offering up to 30% off their site, including favorites like women's pace shorts, men's trail half tights, men's and women's trail tights, and more. But if you can't wait until then, head over to johng.com today and use code ChooseStrong for 10% off your order. That's johng.com and code ChooseStrong for 10% off your order.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Choose Strong podcast. Happy Thanksgiving. Eddie and Sally here, and let me just tell you something really quick. Before we started this podcast, I walked into our bedroom and I get this whiff of cologne. Eddie went and put cologne on before this podcast. Eddie, why?
It's Thanksgiving. Come on.
Who puts cologne on for a podcast? Nobody can smell you.
I am in the Thanksgiving mood.
No, I think you put it on for me.
Well, plus I absolutely stunk. So I was like, I need to do something. There's a tight little space here. And
yeah, you were afraid after almost 30 years of being together that you were going to offend me?
I'm just always trying to impress you. That's what it is. Always trying to impress.
Well, you've really impressed me today with your outfit. If you are watching this on Spotify or YouTube, you can see that Eddie's wearing a very nice green sweater that I got for him.
Feeling very festive.
The latest and greatest Choose Strong hat and running shorts.
You can't see those, but it looks like I'm fully, completely Thanksgiving dressed. And
party up top and actually party on the bottom and formal up top.
Formal up top. Yeah, I mean, I love this thing. It's, it's got the brown elbows and the green. I'm feeling very fallish, very Thanksgiving-ish.
Oh, Thanksgiving-ish.
I'm really getting into it. So
wow, I'm giving you a giant kudo for your outfit.
I will take it.
Also, you need to cut your toenails. Wow.
They grow so
they do. Why do you have talons for
grow
toenails?
so fast? I literally cut them yesterday.
No, those haven't been cut in a month.
Yeah, I know. No, they just grow so fast. I think it's because I'm healthy.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Anything else you want to build yourself up in there?
Well, Sal, it's Thanksgiving. Let's go ahead and just...
La 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 la
No.
la la.
Wrong holiday. It is Thanksgiving 2025, and people
I've
right
already
now...
started graduate. I've already started decorating for Christmas. So
Well,
I'm in the mix of Thanksgiving and Christmas right now. It's just all tied up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to blend and blur.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? People are currently, right now, this second, running in a turkey trot, a 5K with their family. They are getting after it right now. Let's talk to those people. Let's talk to them right now. What do you want to say to them?
All I gotta say is if you just increase your pace by 10 seconds per mile, you can have another slice of pie.
Wow.
Yeah.
10 seconds a
Oh,
mile?
yeah.
That's not that hard.
Yep. You can have another slice of pie no matter what, but you'll burn off those extra calories.
Yeah.
You just increase that pace
Yeah.
from the current 5-minute pace you're running to the 4:50.
You know what? Shout out to the dads that were told last night, hey, we're getting up at 6:30 because we're running the community 5K. Shout out to those dads that didn't train, but they're like, you know what? I'm getting out there for my family. I'm going to run next to my son or daughter. And
yeah. Some of them are pushing jogging strollers.
Yeah, dude. So shout out. We see you.
We see
because
you.
I've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
And,
are we going to do a 5K?
No.
No, we are.
Are we?
Oh, yeah.
We can.
We're making our own route.
Yeah, we haven't formally signed up for anything, but I think we can go out and
we still can
do a family 5K.
Thanksgiving Day is here, and we can make if you didn't sign up for a race, you can do it. You can do a post turkey dinner 5K. Do you know how painful that would feel?
Good. That does not sound good.
Or walk. It doesn't matter the pace, but you get that Thanksgiving 5K in, you'll be feeling great.
Shout out to those that are running in a turkey outfit, because you're either seeing someone right now in a full blown, those blow up ones.
Oh yeah,
those are pretty popular now.
They are.
I don't know how.
I mean, it's only a few miles, so it's like, why not put a smile on someone's face?
True.
And wear something insanely uncomfortable and go run 3 miles.
Yeah. So man, there's a lot of turkey trotters. Well done getting out there.
There is, but let's just start talking about pie, because that's what people want to hear about right now.
They do. You're right.
Earlier, before we push play, we were talking about different types of pie.
Yep.
And so I want to know, listeners, you can even comment this in the show notes. What is your favorite type of pie during the holidays? Specifically Thanksgiving, we know that pumpkin pie
rules, right?
Is the most popular, but I think the apple pie a la mode is really close. There's that pecan pie, mixed berry pie, lemon meringue pie. What else am I forgetting?
I have no idea. That's literally all the pies.
You can get a little crazy. Maybe you're one of those. I make the Oreo cookie cheesecake pie.
Okay, okay. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Ed? What kind of pie do you like?
That last one. That was like the only one I like.
Yeah.
I don't like pie. The a la mode one I like, because isn't that the one that has ice cream on the top?
Yeah,
because
then you eat the ice cream. A little bit of the crumble.
Yeah, I don't know. For whatever reason, I just hate pie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
What do you like on the Thanksgiving menu, the traditional Thanksgiving menu?
What do I like?
What do you look forward to on there?
Mashed potatoes.
Gravy or no gravy?
Gravy and potatoes. That's my fave for sure. I like that. And then I like, I could take or leave turkey, to be honest, but mashed potatoes and the Hawaiian rolls. Those sweet Hawaiian rolls that are like so bad for you. I can eat a lot of those. So yeah, and no pie. I'll go ice cream or another plate of potatoes or something. Yeah, that's
cranberry sauce.
No,
it's one of my favorite things, and I like it straight from the can.
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation before, and it's just
mold. The can mold is on there.
Mold.
Like it's in the shape of a can.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the marks of the can, which I should have said still in it. The impression, and I like to mix it with stuffing.
Yeah, that's gross. I don't like that. Oh yeah, stuffing. I forgot about stuffing. Stuffing I used to hate, but I think it was because it wasn't like very good. But now I feel like it's good.
That's because you like my recipe.
Yeah, I do. I think, and I think here's
chicken sausage stuffing is what I make.
Yeah,
not just
good.
The bread and celery one. that we grew up with, the boxed.
Yeah. I feel like this might be me. I don't know. This might be my take, but I feel like when I grew up, I didn't try a lot of things like Thanksgiving wise, but the last few years I've like kind of contributed to the cooking a little bit more. And whether that's like cutting up the sausages and dicing some ham, whatever, I feel like I'm like I want to eat some of that now because I know what's in it and I kind of helped. I don't know. That's just kind of weird, but I just thought of that. The more like I'm involved in the process, I want to have it. So
yeah. Well, we grew up in an era. I mean, especially my family, everything was canned and boxed.
Yeah.
We didn't do like bake from scratch.
Yeah.
So we had the yams in a can. You pour them in the casserole dish, sprinkle them with brown sugar, layer of marshmallows on top. That's our yam dish. The stuffing was just boxed bread, and you add in onions and celery. You put that in a pan. I think we got a little chicken broth in there too. And then the cranberry sauce in a can. The main dish was the turkey, of course.
Yeah.
And gravy from a can. And also the Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And
staple.
the store-bought pumpkin pie. I mean, we didn't really have anything that was made from scratch, but I've always loved stuffing, and I've wanted to upgrade the stuffing so that more people would eat it. And a few years ago, I love Pinterest for recipes.
It's great, yeah.
Or just learning how to renovate your house, which we'll get to in just a minute.
No, I found a lot of great recipes for the griddle.
Well, you have been on a tear in the kitchen lately. Eddie has probably been making about 70% of our dinners now because he got this new grill, and now he's all into making different meats and marinades. And
I'm starting.
You're
to
seeing
enjoy
a picture right now up on the screen of one of his presentations. I kid you not, presentation is everything, but he set this plate before me and it's just so pretty. Got meat and asparagus and potatoes. So good.
I don't know what it is, but up until like a couple months ago, I literally hated cooking. Making food.
I know.
Hate it. Like I would rather just not eat.
I know.
But for whatever reason, like maybe the griddle stuff and Pinterest and just kind of trying to enjoy that process is I'm starting to enjoy it. I don't know. So anyways, I'm
enjoying eating your cooking.
Your Thanksgiving.
It's so nice to hop off the treadmill and there's a steak dinner waiting for me. And this particular night, that is what happened. Yeah. I was so tired, and then I devoured that steak.
And it hasn't happened again.
That's because of what we're about to talk about here. But we went to the butcher.
Yeah.
That really good
ever.
local butcher that we've just never gone to, and got some amazing steaks.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, we have shifted our attention from cooking to renovating our house. And Eddie has done a tremendous job. He's been putting in literally like 10, 12 hours a day, getting the house ready for the holidays, getting the house ready for Mackenzie to be home. It's been a lot of work, but I think that your previous experience in Bend with some of this stuff has given you a little bit more confidence to tackle it in such a short amount of time. I mean, it is crazy right now. If you are watching this, you can see the before of what our living room looked like and what it looks like right now. It is night and day. It doesn't even look like the same place. We bought this little fixer-upper in Huntington Beach, which I'll have to preface by saying it took us 23 years to be able to buy a home in our hometown. This is... Everyone knows California is not the ideal place to buy a house.
Cheap.
It's outrageous. But it's always been a dream of ours. And, thankfully, Eddie and I, we came, we didn't grow up in big, giant homes. And I think it's kind of funny, like the home that you grow up in, it's funny how you almost even gravitate towards that, because you and I both have the same, we definitely have the same style and liking towards homes. We always have. And we've lived in everything. We've lived in giant houses with massive square footage, big lots. We've lived in little tiny apartments and condos.
Yep.
We've spent many, many years in massive debt and not having any money. And we've worked really, really hard to finally be able to afford this little house. But just to give stats for those of you that love HGTV as much as we do,
Oh, yeah.
the house is just about 1,200 square feet.
Yeah, it's 11.
It's just
Little over
under
11.
1,200 square feet. It's got 4 tiny bedrooms. I think Mackenzie's bedroom is like 9 by 9 feet or 9 by 10 feet.
10, yeah.
The one, the studio that we're in right now is the same size. So the rooms aren't big by any means. The master bedroom is just a tiny bit bigger than the other rooms.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and it has a little teeny tiny bathroom attached to it. But anyway, it's been fun finally being able to imagine what we can do with this house, but also without thinking about whether or not we need to ask for a landlord's permission.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided to go way crazy.
Yeah.
And not be modest in what we want to do. And we kind of took a bold move. And we decided to paint the walls and the wall and the fireplace in the living room black, and then do really dark wood finishes. And I've seen this, this look for a couple years, and I've always loved it. It looks warm and inviting and cozy. And I think our living room, which is also the dining room, so it's a living room, dining room space, it gets so much light.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's why we thought, we could definitely do that with this space. But huge risk, because you're just like, okay, are we going to actually like this, or are we going to get sick of it? I think, design-wise, I've seen so many comments about it. It's like, why would you do that to your house? The resale is not going to be there. And it's like, we do not plan to ever sell this house ever.
Yeah.
It took us forever to get it. Also, we've moved way too much in the last few years. The last 2 have been because of unfortunate circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is like the first time that we have just felt like we can like relax.
Yep.
And just settle in and really make this little spot our own.
Yeah.
So it feels really good to put the work in. But Eddie, you've been working so hard figuring things out as far as measurements go, and building out shelves and a mantle and cabinets, and cutting holes in the wall and in the cabinets. I mean, it's been a lot, but I think the people want to know, where did you learn how to do all of that?
I'm telling you, YouTube
and why?
and Pinterest.
Who gives you the right?
What gives you the right?
What gives you the right?
It's I don't really know what I'm doing, but I've always been a direction follower, so I can follow directions. You tell me what I'm supposed to do, and for the most part, I can do that. So,
and like written directions, or like, are you visual? Like, do you have to watch it, or like if someone were to give you a 10-step on a piece of paper, you could just go do it?
Yeah, I can probably do that.
Yeah. I'm the other way around.
But I definitely, I think, man, like you can do anything on YouTube. It's like, once you watch something, it's like, all right, I can do something like that. So that's nothing, no real skills over here. It's just like, just following directions.
Right. And I think that's when you realize that someone actually has a little bit of a talent. Because I feel like that's how Isaiah talks when he's like listening to a song. He's like, oh, dude, this is so easy to play on the guitar and the piano and the drums. And I'm like, dude, no, it's not.
Yeah, nah, that's not easy, dude.
Like, what? My dad and my brother are like that.
Yeah.
They just pick up any instrument and they can listen to something and like, oh, I could totally play this. I'm like, yeah, that's not normal.
Yeah,
that's not just like
talent.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that when it comes to renovation, it's a little daunting. I think back to Bend, and we were dead set on hiring people to help us with that house. And then when we evaluated the costs, we looked at each other and we were like, there's no way we can afford anything except for that one guy to come out. And he put carpet in the 3 bedrooms, little tiny bedrooms. Again, they were small. That house, I don't even think was 1,100 square feet.
No, it was under.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 square feet, and little tiny bedrooms. So we went and got the carpet ourselves. I remember that, like the cheap carpet on the roll at Home Depot.
Yep.
And that guy came out and he just, laid it in there the way it was supposed to, and stapled it into the ground. And that was it. That was the only person we hired
Yeah.
to help us. That was it. And I just remember when we first started laying that floor, how long it took us to do like 2 rows.
Mhm.
And you were so frustrated.
Yeah, I was.
And I remember like just thinking, okay, we could both be totally frustrated and just throw our hands in the air. We just like realize this is actually how you learn.
Mhm.
Is it's going to be frustrating, but you either sink or swim.
Yeah.
So you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And man, once you got that flooring down, I was like, oh wow, you were like unstoppable. You started getting all customized with like the molding, and then you built a fireplace and built-ins, and it was just it was
Yeah, it
pretty
was fun.
incredible. So yeah, so YouTube then.
YouTube.
And Pinterest are where
That's it.
you found all your follow along.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's
Mhm.
it. Yeah.
Now we had some trouble with the paneling because we had this disgusting 1964 paneling, pine paneling,
Yeah.
behind the fireplace, and we'll give you a picture of that right now so that you can see that. But that pine paneling, however they constructed it, they also screwed up with the spacing of the studs. So typically studs are every 18 inches on a wall.
Mhm.
And so, which is easy. Once you find one stud, then you just know like where
Yeah.
the rest of them are. But it's not like this on this back wall. And
Yeah.
you went to go hang the TV and you realize that the TV mount was not going to be able to get on the wall because the studs were way too far apart.
Yeah.
And the other night, I went to bed. I was so tired, and I look over, and you're on the couch watching YouTube videos of how to, what's the hack?
What's the hack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you figured that out. I bring that up just because I feel like that's pretty much how you've always done all these projects.
Yeah.
You don't know how to do it, and so you just look it up on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm just still waiting for the crash to go out there and realize our TV's on the ground.
Are you actually still kind of nervous about that?
No.
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a heavy TV. Looks heavy, but it's not.
Do you think HGTV would give us our own show, Run and Renovate? Renovate and Run. Remember we talked about this in Ben with the Fletchers.
Yeah.
Slater and Mo Fletcher, shout out to our buddies who also love to renovate.
Yeah, they're
and were a massive help to us when we lived in Bend.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Everything from tools to just like manpower.
Yeah,
They
Slater
were-
was the man.
Yeah, incredible. But we joked about that,
That would be fun.
about doing a show.
Yep, that would be fun. You go and you run, and then I'm at home renovating.
Come on, I help a tiny bit.
No, you've done a lot, which it's coming along really well because of that. So you're killing it. Nice paintwork, rugs, decorations.
Yeah, I'm the Joanna Gaines.
Yeah,
I have
you
the
are.
vision, and I'm like, go to work, Ed.
Go to work.
I do. I'm the slave driver behind the scenes.
Yeah.
When are these shelves going to be at? I just got back from Home Goods. That's where I go, by the way. Everyone's always like, where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? Listen, we don't have any interior designers. I don't buy anything designer. I think when you're raised one way too, and like, do you know how much money you can save by just going treasure hunting? That's what I think of when I go to like Marshall's or Ross or Home Goods. It's like, why would you not come here?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to Macy's. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going online or any of those shops. Those places are incredible. And we've gotten pieces here and there, whether it's Pottery Barn or Crate and Barrel. Those are some fun places to go to. I think Crate and Barrel, we got stuff when we first got married. That's where we registered.
You're right. That was the last of it.
Yeah. And then I got my dream table that I've always wanted last year. It was on sale. It was like the year-end sale or Black Friday sale, or I can't remember. It may have been a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, it was.
On Crate and Barrel. And then, it was a 16-seater. Did not fit in this house, so we had to sell it. And that was so sad. So
very sad.
But all else aside, I usually get my stuff secondhand or at the bargain home stores. And it's so fun for me. I have so much fun like reimagining a space or thinking about how I'm going to design it and then go and finding those exact pieces. But even more so finding like a great deal on them. So, I find a lot of joy in making a space inviting and making a space somewhere when you go. It's an experience and it's cozy, and so yeah,
we do a good job of that.
That's what we're going to be doing
That's what we'll
in
be
the coming
doing.
days.
Yes. All right, moving around. Let's just move on, Sal.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
move
so
on.
we got a couple people I want to highlight on this Thanksgiving, and has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but I just want to highlight them. So
yeah, why not?
we got Autumn on the Choose Strong Strava group. Autumn had ran the Big Texas Ultra 50K with her dad. Father-daughter trail races are better than father-daughter dances, she said. Shout out to Autumn and her pops running 31 plus miles. That's pretty sweet. And they got some good pictures of themselves at the start line. And shout out to Autumn and her dad running an ultra together. So
I love that
love
so
that.
much.
Yeah, super cool.
Let's go, Autumn.
Yeah. All right, the next one is Jenny from Germany. This is from the Instagram. It says, Dear Sally, Dear Eddie, I've been playing catch up with your podcasts, and I just wanted to let you know what an absolute delight it has been to listen to your episodes. I recently did a 42K walk, and I was feeling rough on the day. Sometimes life just hits you, right? Suck it up. I had prepared a mixed playlist of various podcasts to keep me going, but ended up throwing all other podcasts out, and I just listened to your wonderful banter and heartfelt inspiration. You accompanied me to and across the finish line, and I just want to say thank you. Keep sending out your message. Keep being such wonderful human beings. Keep being you. You're inspiring. Can't wait for the second book, Choosing Strong, and sending my love. Jenny, thank you for listening to us and going out on a 42K.
That's incredible.
And just listening to us.
Well, 42K, I believe that is a marathon.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah,
listening
a marathon
to us during
walk.
a marathon.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's a long time listening to us. So
it is.
Wow.
I'm touched.
And she still said thank you. So that's good. All right, good to know. All right, Jenny, well done.
Well done,
and,
Jenny.
Hello to Jenny from Germany. That's pretty cool. All right, last one. We have Skylar. Now, shout out to Skylar because he posted in the Strava group a 1 mile evening walk. And I point this out because it's in Anaheim, California, right by Disney Way. So he's right around Disneyland. And his title says, secretly started the Garmin on the way to dinner to get those miles in. Hashtag vacation activity. Skylar getting those secret kudos today.
Now, did you have to turn off the alarms and the button sounds?
Oh, so he doesn't get the alerts?
So that you don't. Well, just so you know, you hit the start on your watch. Now the secret miles, is that because you're not allowed? Was there someone in your group that's like, hey, no training on our vacation?
Yeah. Yeah, his wife's like, hey, just for like a couple days, can we just not talk about your training? He's like getting some secret kudos on
I love it.
On Strava.
Thanks for sharing that with us. That's fun.
Props to you, Skylar. I hope your vacation was awesome.
Yeah,
and
good old
Disneyland.
Anaheim. That's right down. That's not too
Down
far
the
from
way.
us. That's where I was born.
Yeah,
I was born in
Sally's
Anaheim.
hometown. There you go.
Well, I never lived in Anaheim. You know.
Whatever. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
All right, Sal. Let's go to a couple questions I have for
Okay.
you. Maybe a little bit more on the serious side this first few, and then we can talk about other stuff. But it is Thanksgiving, and thinking about racing, like all your different races, has there ever been, maybe I have no idea what this answer is, so maybe it's a no, but has there ever been a race where you're in the race and you're struggling and it's tough and you begin to think of things that you're grateful for to keep you moving? Have you ever done that? Does that help, like in a tough spot, to think about like what you're grateful for or thankful for? Or, is that a tool that you've used in the past or no?
I love that. I think if I have been in a low spot, my brain, I mean, there's a few things it goes to, but the gratitude part, I think, is a strength.
Yeah.
Gratitude gives you strength because gratitude, it changes your perspective on any situation.
Yep.
So regardless of what the situation is, and I'm talking about even in terrible situations, there actually is always something that we can be grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's obvious stuff, and sometimes it's things that we realize maybe down the road that we look back and we're like, wow, I didn't realize the blessing in that, or I didn't realize what else was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that needed to happen in order for this to happen. I'm so grateful. And when you put the reps in on something like that, it makes it easier to look for the things that you are grateful for because you understand how powerful that is.
Yeah.
And so I think when we're in it, it's definitely easier said than done when you're outside of the moment, when you're outside of the struggle or the challenge. And, more specifically in a race, like if you're throwing up, no one's like, man, I'm so grateful for this. It's definitely not,
Yeah.
I don't know, that almost sounds like lame, like someone's throwing up. You're like, you should be so grateful. It's like not really that. It's just the perspective of like, yeah, finish throwing up and then like keep walking and realize actually what it is that you're doing. When we take our eyes off of what's causing us discomfort and instead focus forward,
Mm-hmm.
that's more of the change in perspective that I'm talking about. Like I could fully focus on the challenge and how uncomfortable I'm feeling and just stay there all the way to the finish line. But then to take it a next step and realize like I could like feel pretty terrible, and after I throw up, like keep walking. And then what are all the things that I could actually see and focus on that would help me overcome that challenge? And those are the things that you're grateful for. So it
Yeah.
could be a sunset, a sunrise, another runner coming up alongside you. Also, it's the very obvious one, just the opportunity that you have to be struggling in a space like that.
Yeah.
If you sign up for a 50-mile race or a half marathon, like how incredible that you have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
That your body's able to do that you can work through that, and that, you'd never be in that place of discomfort if you weren't out there in the first place, And I think too, that's why it's so easy to let ourselves give up, is because we forget the opportunity and what a gift that is. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I've always naturally leaned in. I think about the kids and I think about people crewing me.
Mm-hmm.
I even think like when I have media out there too, like just how hard it is to be a support sometimes to what I'm doing. It's not easy. I'm not asking people to come and support me for a half marathon or marathon, which they know they're going to be able to go home and have lunch or dinner with their family and hang out.
Yeah.
Like I understand that some of the things that I've done in my career, it's like days on end. And so that's always helped me, is instead of self-focusing on like, this is so hard for me, this isn't what I expected it to be, this doesn't feel good. Well, think about all the people that believed in you in order for you to be there.
Yeah.
All the people that sacrificed for you. I think about when I first started embarking on ultramarathons, like our kids were essentially still babies.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I wanted to go on a long run on the weekend, that meant you had to watch the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so it took a lot for me to get to that first finish line. I remember asking like friends, can you come over so I can run 30 miles? Like if you weren't around, if you had to work or something,
Mm-hmm.
there were so many other things happening. And so I think in that first race, even that always helped me, is be grateful for the journey that and the long time that it took for you to get to where you are today, to get to this struggle.
Yeah.
The hours of training, all those mornings that you got up early, all the people that stood in place of your work and your responsibilities so that you could go and train. And I think our brains are just so powerful in helping us endure and overcome pretty much any situation in life. And we have the power to focus on what we want to focus on. And I think that is why gratitude is so powerful. And you don't even have to use the words like thankful, because
Yeah.
I think gratitude, it's just a shift in perspective. I can sit here and complain, or I can sit here and be grateful. It's just a shift in perspective of what I'm choosing to focus on. There's blessings all around me. And also there's a lot of terrible things. There's terrible things going on in our world. There's terrible things going on in our city. There's sad things happening in maybe your friend groups or in family. And I could make a long list of all the drudgery and the negativity. I could do that every single day. Or I could choose, what are all the good things? What are all the things that I have control of that would make this a more positive experience? What can I do to make this a more positive experience? What could I do to change this situation, or to just focus and highlight what is good and what the blessings are?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the power of our mind in the middle of a race, no matter how hard the challenges are. I mean, ultimately, that's what gets you to the finish line and what gets you to the next start line.
Mm-hmm. Fall has arrived, and between back to school, busier routines, and shorter days, finding time to cook can be tough. That's why we love Factor. Their chef-prepped, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. You can choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp, at no extra cost. We know it's going to be a good week here at the McCrae household when we open our fridge and it's stocked with Factor meals. From more choices to better nutrition, that's why 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. Feel the difference no matter your routine. We use Factor, and you should too. Eat smart at factormeals.com/Sally50off and use code Sally50off to get 50% off your first box. Plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code Sally50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box. Plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Mudwater is not your average cup of joe. It's a cozy mix of cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms to help you feel focused and balanced, not wired. And if you're a matcha lover, their matcha starter kit is a must-try. It's the perfect way to step into clean energy with matcha's calming, focused boost. My daughter got me hooked on the taste of matcha about a year ago, and I have to say their matcha is the best that I've ever tasted. Another great thing about Mudwater is every single ingredient in their products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. There's also zero sugar and no sweeteners added. And if you don't want the caffeine, there are caffeine-free blends available too. So, are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order. Plus, free shipping, and a free rechargeable frother when you use code STRONG. That's right, up to 43% off with code STRONG at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them. Please show your support and let them know that we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mudwater, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. I remember when I was driving a lot to my teaching jobs years ago, I would listen to this same podcast, a pretty popular podcast on teaching, education and stuff. And this guy that was the host, he had a gratitude journal, and he would always talk about his journal and how he writes in it, and the power behind just thinking about what you're grateful for and your gratitude towards, whatever's in your life. And on hard days, he would sit down and just list out, 50 things that he was grateful for. And after kind of going through that list, he'd realize, my life isn't that bad. I have a lot of things to be thankful for and grateful for. I never wrote it down because I just didn't do that. But I remember doing stuff like that in my head, coming back from a hard day teaching, and I'm listing all the good things, grateful for whatever, and that I have a job, or grateful that I'm going back to my family, or whatever. All these things that are really helpful, like you said, as a mindset shift or focus. And I think as you were saying that, I'm thinking back to your last like 8 months have been kind of rough in terms of your goals and your training and stuff like that. But how has that mind, in terms of gratefulness and gratitude, and how have you been thankful, I guess, even through this past 8 months of injury?
It's been hard.
Yeah.
I think I've had high moments and low moments and just a lot of, I've had days where I'm just really doubtful. But I think I've also held in the other hand just of, I don't know, it's like you always know the things that are true. It's whether or not you want to believe that in the moment and actually focus your attention on that. I think sometimes when situations feel so overwhelming or when things have been stretched out for a long time, like in my case, it was just the news just kept on getting worse.
Yeah.
And I've always have been since I was a little girl. Like I know I've been a naturally hopeful, optimistic person. I've always been very resilient. Like that's just kind of been signature throughout my whole life. It wasn't even I think about even like my childhood, but most teachers and schoolmates and bosses and friends and peers, like they just knew me as just kind of like a happy, motivated kid. Like there wasn't a lot of things that could get me down, even though I had a lot of sadness in my life. I always had this idea that like one day it's going to be great. And I've never given up on that. I think really grateful for that. But I think this past year, it was a combination of a lot of things that I think I definitely had some months where I just felt like my heart was broken, and it was just the injury was the other thing, that just made it feel even heavier. Because usually, I have this very, very pure love for running. I have ever since I was a little girl, everything about it. I love also just being in the outdoors. Like there's nothing for me that's attached to that as far as like needing it to run away from anything. It's just like I've just found joy and fulfillment. It's where I love praying. Being completely disconnected from technology is like where I find a lot of peace and I'm able to think. And so I think all of that was essentially taken away. Like I'd be really careful. It got to a point where I had to be careful how many steps I was taking a day. The bone edema was like so bad. I had to essentially live a sedentary life. Like I could go to the gym and lift weights. I mean, I think that's why I got so strong and why I was just like, I put on muscle weight and, was able to do some cool things in the gym. But I was just like, I think between like, we've had 3 addresses in 12 months. Like that's really stressful.
Yeah.
On top of, Mackenzie going away to school, Isaiah's about to graduate too. Just so many things changing in my career and then just like traveling nonstop. I think there were feelings at times where I just felt like I'm not really sure what direction I'm supposed to be going in right now. There's a lot of options for me. And I think that side of me that has always just remained like curious and optimistic, I was always like, I'm just going to keep trying new things. I'm going to keep connecting and keep going forward in the things that I love. And also just be at peace with what's happening with this injury. And I did. I had a lot of peace as far as like being very grateful for my career and all the things that I've been able to do. But, as we speak about gratitude, that has been one of like the top things that has just helped me through all of it.
Yeah.
I'm so, so grateful for, despite having the injury, all the things that I've been able to do this year and the projects I've been a part of, the places that I've traveled to, the meetings, the new creative things that I'm even working on right now as a result of the injury. But I think it's just out of redundancy throughout my life. And I want to be sensitive in that because I haven't always been that way. It's you learn. And I'm older now than I was, when I think back to like 18 and 20 and even in my early 30s, it's like yeah, you have these seasons where you're just like, is this really how it's going to be? Because if it is, like, I don't want anything. I don't want to be a part of this. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want this. This stinks. But man, when you start to practice really searching for the good, searching for the silver lining, believing in the fact that there is great hope and good things ahead in the future. You really believe that with your whole heart. It's wild how it changes your
Yeah.
life.
Mhm.
And it has. It's changed my life because I won't give up.
Yep.
I just don't give up. I've never seen that as an option. I've had bad days and low days but it's I think in that too I'm also very aware of what I'm feeling in that, and I'll just like let myself be really upset for a couple days, and it always has an end time. Like there's an expiration date. Like
Yeah.
if I'm going to have a bad day, I'm like, fine, I'm just having a really bad day and it's one thing after another, but I know it's not going to stay this way. I always keep that perspective on a high note, no
Yeah.
matter what. But I think that the thing that I try to shun is like, we're human. And as humans, we feel all the emotions that are part of being a human: frustration and anger and sadness and anguish and elation and joy, and all of that is part of being a human. We have feelings for a reason, but what I know about feelings is that they also don't and should not be the compass in which we live our lives. We feel our life through those things, and sometimes those feelings are so wonderful, and sometimes we look back, or maybe something reminds us of a feeling and it takes us back to a moment in our life.
Mhm.
And so feelings are meant for a reason, but I really believe that the truth of life is what has always guided me. You know, the truth about my goals, the truth about hope, of what is real and what lasts. And that goes in for even like dreams and goals that I've set for myself. I don't attach feelings to what it is that I want to do. If I want to go run a 500-mile route, I don't put feelings attached to it. I
Yeah.
want to do that. Do I know that my feelings are going to ebb and flow and go up and down the whole time? I'm going to have setbacks and challenges. I'm going to have good days and bad days. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be hitting peaks. I'm going to be hitting valleys. That's all part of the journey. And many times that's what makes the journey full of the adventure and the excitement, and the memories ring truest in that. But the goal that's just the fact. That's the unmovable mountain. It's going to stay there regardless of how I feel.
Mhm.
And so I think through the injury, I've had to remind myself of that. This is what it feels like to be frustrated about not being able to do what you want to do. Yeah, so all in all, it's this is exactly what it's supposed to feel like when you have an injury. But I think, what has been true always and what I've always known is my perspective, what I choose to focus on, and day in and day out, that's gonna be the dictator of the experience I have while I'm
Yeah.
working through it.
Yep.
It's not like trying to be numb. It's not trying to be like, I'm tougher than this. It's just choosing to have a different perspective. And I think as humans, it's very easy to be down, to be negative, to lose hope. Like it's like so easy to do.
Mhm.
We can do that pretty much every day in our life if we want to. It takes a moment of pause and to check in with ourselves. I think this is why, I bring this up all the time, why the digital age is so critical right now, because we're realizing that how being on screens can be such a great distraction,
Mhm.
not only in the fact that it gets our mind thinking about something else, but like content's coming at us so quickly, we can't even like take in and marinate on what it is that we're consuming because it's so much stuff, even if it's a whole bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're not able to like ponder those things. We're not able to like meditate on those things. We're just like scrolling or just spending too much time on on a screen in general, that then we have like these pockets in the day where we're like, well, I don't even know why I feel this way. And if we're trying to work through stress or we're trying to work through an injury, it's like, well, one of the first things we have to do is step back and say, when was the last time I actually just sat quietly and sat with myself and asked myself honest questions? And whether you do that with a journal or you leave your phone at home and you go on a walk around your neighborhood or you walk on a treadmill at the gym, it doesn't matter like what it is, like just a place where you're like kind of disconnected and just able to sit with your thoughts. It's so powerful. What happens? Why are you feeling this way? What are you feeling? What do you want? What is it going to take for that to change? What are you hoping for? What steps are you taking to make that happen? And no one's going to do that work for us. Even the people that love us the most, the first thing, not everyone is getting up and the first thing they're thinking about is you and your mental health and your goals and your list of responsibilities and to-dos. Like we're naturally all thinking about ourselves when we get up.
Yeah.
And so it's also our responsibility to be the best person that we can be and to take care of ourselves and to work hard in all those areas. And a lot of the hard work, it comes in that. It comes through patience. It comes in sitting and doing work on ourselves and shifting our perspective, choosing not to pick up our phone, but just to sit in quiet and say, okay, I'm going to have a plan for this. This is what I'm going to do to be better. And, you know, and I'm talking from personal experience, but even though I wasn't doing these early morning trains, I would still get up you remember, Ed, I'm still getting up at 4 and 4:30 in the morning. And sometimes that was just to sit and read. And sometimes it was just to sit and journal. Sometimes it was just, I would just get up super early and I was just doing stuff around the house. I was doing laundry and cleaning, but I'd use all that time just to think and try to set my day up for the right mindset to what was important, what I needed to be working on, what needed to be done. Because man, it's crazy how fast the day can go by. And suddenly you're like, how is it like 6 o'clock already?
Yeah.
And like, it's easy to set into kind of a mundane situation and just feel like, well, the injury is just kind of part of it. And like this season just stinks. But come up with a plan. Come up with a focus. You get to do that. Your brain's so amazing and you get this one beautiful life. And regardless if you're in a challenging season, you're overcoming illness or injury or loss, or you're going through a really tough time in a relationship right now or with children, it really is amazing the power that we have to shift our perspective on things that are good, that are loving, that are true, that are meaningful, that are valuable, and set a new pathway for ourselves. So, yeah, I think just in summary, the injury, it was hard, but it was good, and it was just a reminder of things that I already know, and also the opportunity for me to put into practice the things that I talk about so much on this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, the tagline for this podcast is strong body, strong mind, strong love. Having a strong mind, having strong love, like that's hard, but it's stuff we have to choose every single day. And it's not easy.
Yeah.
But I think, for as many times as I, wanted to be negative, I'd also tell myself, man, this is not the worst space that I've been in my life. It could be, so much worse.
Yeah.
And here's all the wonderful things about it. And now here I am today back to running.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's a great answer. Appreciate you sharing about the injury and what you've gotten from that, taken from it. That's pretty powerful. Switching gears a little bit. What is your favorite Thanksgiving memory? Think back, Sally Moffat days, back in the day. What's something that sticks out to you as a favorite Thanksgiving memory?
Oh man,
Anything come to
I think
mind?
when I was really little, I always got excited because my mom's parents would come over.
Yeah.
I wasn't like really close with them, but I think it was just that idea of more people in the house.
Yeah.
And I was always kind of like intrigued by my mom's relationship with them, like with her mom and her dad. She was close with her dad. She really loved her dad. And watching my mom and grandma make stuff in the kitchen. So usually they always came over to our house.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was just a day that was filled typically with games. We as the kids, we'd play outside in the back. Like sometimes we'd help with stuff in the kitchen. There wasn't like a ton to help with, I would say, but it was like the smells.
Yeah.
The smells of the yams with the marshmallows cooking, the smell of the turkey, watching my mom take it out of the oven. She'd get up so early in the morning to put it in the oven, but just watching her like baste it throughout, it'd be like a 6-7 hour ordeal. Setting the table. I remember helping set with the table, and yeah, just all that food too. I mean, we didn't have food like that, year round. And it was just like the meal was just like so special and so unique.
Yeah.
It was the only time I had turkey was then. It was the only time I ate yams and stuffing. So I think getting excited about the food was the best.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of like sad, but also I remember like being in this moment and thinking, I feel like I'm stuck in a bad like 90s movie. But I remember the first year without my mom for Thanksgiving. I was actually coming home from, no, it was my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my senior year in high school. It was the first time without her. But I just remember it being like already we were dreading holidays without her.
Sure.
And I so wanted to make it special and like do my best in the kitchen. My older siblings weren't living at home. It was just me, my dad, and my 2 little sisters. And I think my brother and his wife came over, and yeah, my older sister came over too. But I remember setting the oven on fire. And it was just like, it was like, of course, it was, of course. I don't know what it was. I mean, we lived in this old rental. The ovens were probably from,
1800s.
the 1940s or 50s. Yeah, they were super old. It may have been grease, maybe like a grease fire type thing. And it wasn't like a big fire in the kitchen or anything, but it was just like all sudden, you see some flames.
Just enough to say, man,
it wasn't like we had to use a fire extinguisher or anything, but it was like, it was just one of those moments. It was like, this is so sad on top of being sad, It was like, oh, of course. But, so that memory, it stands out a lot. But I think just overall, it's like I talked about earlier, it's just the feelings and the smells. It's that remembrance of all of us being together. It was always a good day. It was a good day of eating. I remember we would always play a game as a family or go on a walk like after the dinner. I remember we played croquet a lot.
Nice.
Like we had like the grass croquet set.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like I remember that like that was like the one time we would play it.
Do you think 8-year-old Sally could beat 8-year-old Eddie at croquet? Because I'm telling you right now, I was a beast. We had that same game in our backyard. I was so
I
good.
feel like a lot of people had that. It was
it was pretty
cheap.
popular.
You could get it for cheap, like at Kmart. Remember Kmart?
Exactly, yeah.
And it was so fun. You'd set that up. It was so fun.
Yeah.
I was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I don't have the best aim.
I was going to
say,
I was
you
don't
good.
have great hand-eye coordination or aim, so I would think you'd be horrible.
I was pretty good at it. Yeah. What about you? What are some of your memories?
No, I think, I was just thinking as you were sharing that, that's very similar to me. Like I thought of just that day as a whole, like being, I don't have like one specific thing that was like that day or that thing was like my top memory. I just remember getting to be able to eat like a lot because like we always went to a nice like hotel like restaurant
with Grandpa Paul.
With my mom's dad and his wife
Carmen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they would always take us to this nice kind of fancier kind of brunch dinner thing.
On the day of Thanksgiving?
On the day of Thanksgiving, yeah. So we would do that, eat a ton. My cousins would come to that as well, which was always a lot of fun. And then at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we'd go to my dad's
Grandma
side.
Shirley.
Yeah, grandma, grandpa over there.
In that tiny house. 'Cause
Tiny
by the time I
house.
was 18,
You
19.
got
By the
to
time I was 19,
experience-
I started going with you
Yeah,
to that. And I remember the first time, because your family's big,
yeah.
how small.
Everybody, yeah, like one little
small
couch.
The little tiny house. And
Yeah.
all the food in the kitchen was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it wasn't a ton.
No, and the kitchen was the size of this tiny room. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Just kind of.
It was
yeah.
like store-bought,
Best.
like potato salad
Yeah.
and the store-bought pies. And
Yeah, yep.
I just like, yeah, I mean, I felt like I was right at home though, too.
Yeah, so it's funny because like a lot of those memories
And
I
we'd have the
have.
best time. Spoons with
Yeah,
Aunt
spoon,
Barb.
a lot of fun games. Yeah, so I think
Always play
similar to you,
games,
like
yeah.
just remembering it's just a full day of like family and different family and eating and stuff. Yeah, so it's a great holiday.
It's just
Great holiday.
being together. I think
Yeah.
what ends up happening is, especially as kids, you start to gather all of like these inside jokes.
Yep.
And like these moments, these funny things that happen, or you're doing stuff that you get in trouble for doing, but like you get away with it on that day,
Yeah,
or
totally.
like whatever. But like, yeah, you're around your cousins.
Yep.
And it just starts to stockpile. And then as years go on, especially as you're a kid, the older you get, you really start looking forward
Yeah.
to that day.
Yep.
But I have to remember too, especially for our listeners, for a lot of people, the holidays are also like a really sad time,
yeah.
whether it's people that you lost or maybe just the upbringing you had, like the holidays were always kind of hard.
Yeah.
Or there wasn't that togetherness and that closeness, or maybe not even a connection with any family at all.
Sure.
I think especially you think of families that move a lot, or military families, or broken homes. And sometimes the holidays can be a really stressful time.
Mm-hmm.
And we remember people that we had lost. And so I think it's when you and I were talking about this podcast before, I think that's why we wanted to bring this up, because for as much as there are wonderful and fun memories that come with it, we're also remembering a lot of the people that the holidays are difficult.
Yeah.
And for me, I've been on both sides of that. I definitely had my seasons right after my mom passed away where the holidays were so hard. I mean, it was really down a lot.
Yeah.
And I even still sometimes will just have moments, because for as long as you and I have been married, like, we've never had to share.
Mm-hmm.
There's always when you have in-laws on both sides, you're always sharing, but we've never had that before.
Yeah.
I've always, just since I was 19, I've spent all the holidays with your family.
Yeah.
It's always been the McRae family. And, there's been some season where that's been hard for me. It's just realizing I don't have a family that's together, that's connected.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a lot of people that are listening that understand that, whether within their own family, or if they have a partner, or maybe a best friend who comes from a family like that. And sometimes it's just the reminder of what you don't have, and the feelings that come with that. So I think what I want to say, because I can very much speak directly to those people that understand that, is the beauty in being able to create the life that you do want, the beauty in being able to create memories and joy.
Yeah.
I remember when the kids were little, I don't know if it was like a book that I had read, or maybe it was a speaker that I had gone to, but it was about being a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And she was breaking down just, it doesn't feel like it when I was in the moment, but it's just like how quickly it actually does go by. When it comes down to it, you have X amount of summers with it. You get like 12 or 13 summers, or you get, before they start like going off with all their friends and they move off to college and really like things get busy. It's like you have like this number of seasons with your kids. And as adults, what we know to be true is that there are certain things that define our childhoods, and there are very strong core memories that we have that we will always remember, we reflect on, we look back on. And it could be thematic where it's like, when you think about this, what do you remember? And it's like, why do these same memories always come up? And basically what she was saying was, we have opportunities to create as many smiles for our children as we want to.
Mm.
And so you get to choose that, even in like the really tough moments. And a smile doesn't need to be defined by the value of a material that you buy for them.
Yeah.
Smiles don't always come because you bought the Game Boy for them. Remember Game Boys?
Oh, yeah.
Or, a new iPhone. It could be in the words that you say. It could be the grace that you give them when maybe they do deserve to be, grounded. Yeah. It's surprising them with something that they didn't expect, or just sitting and reminding them of all the things that you love about them, writing a note. And then even as it comes to the holidays, and for as long as we've been married, that's partly why the holidays are a big deal to me, and why I try to make them so special for our kids.
Yep.
Is so that when they look back, they remember. There's so many memories about the holidays that, I even think of Mackenzie right now. She's on her way back home. She's traveling right now to come home for Thanksgiving, and she can't wait. She's just so excited. And same with Isaiah. They both get really excited around the holiday season, but I also reflect on all the years and all the things and all the traditions that you and I have instilled within the family,
Mm-hmm.
that we got to create.
Yeah.
On our own will, and
Yep.
just because we wanted to. And yeah, those are the things that really make me smile, is even out of sadness or loss, or, if you have disconnectedness in your family, or even sad memories from your childhood, you get to change that. You get to write a new chapter. You get to tell a different story. And you even have the power to go and mend a relationship, or invite somebody over, or make some, change the circumstances of maybe something that was difficult.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did this.
Yeah. Well, we're not done. We got a
we're
little Thanksgiving edition, Sally says. So,
we do.
these are going to be really
Okay.
quick ones. I got 3. Ready? First one, pumpkin pie before turkey.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Pumpkin pie all the time.
100%.
Like just scooped out from the tray and just put
Just
into my
straight
mouth
into your
without a
mouth.
fork or a plate.
Pre-turkey. Let's go. All right. Second one, how and when should someone bring up, hey, Uncle Larry, I'm training for a 100-mile race? Like, when do you slip that in at the table tonight? Like, is that like something that people should do? Like, when do they slip that in? They want to let everybody know, like, hey, I'm training for a 100-mile race. Like,
that's when you're putting out the desserts and you say,
dessert time.
what kind of dessert, like,
Yeah.
what kind of pie would you like? By the way, would you like to join me for this 100-mile race I'm training for?
What kind of pie would you like? By the way, I'm going to eat a whole one because I'm training and you're not. How about?
I could eat all these pies and
Yeah. All right, last one. I think I know 8-year-old Sally's answer to this, but let's hear 40-plus Sally's answer to this one.
Okay.
What is Sally's go-to after Thanksgiving meal activity? 8-year-old Sally would say croquet. What would you say now? What do you do after you eat and you're just like, oh, that was good?
Oh,
like,
definitely a post-dinner walk at sunset.
Post-dinner walk at sunset.
Yes.
All right.
And the one closely up next to that is probably like a Hallmark Christmas movie or something.
I was going to say, what is it? Vertical in the Lazy Boy with the magazine.
We don't have any of those.
Oh, yeah, I guess not.
We don't have a Lazy Boy or magazines in this house.
I just have this picture of you like, all right.
At your mom's house?
Huh?
At your mom's house?
Yeah. Anyways. Not vertical, horizontal. No, yeah, sorry.
Vertical sounds about right.
Yeah, vertical. All right, well, Sal, before we close this one up, we have some Black Friday merch that is available right this second.
Yeah,
We have some
including
Choose
the
Strong hats
very
that
limited
are
number
limited.
of those.
We have some Endure shirts
Brand
and
new Endure
hoodies.
drop.
So that stuff is live right now.
And the Soar line is back in the
It's
shop
back.
as well.
Back by popular demand.
Yeah, for Black Friday.
Yeah,
So the first round went
it's
out.
on.
It was pretty incredible to see how well it did, and we got a lot of requests.
Yeah.
So we decided to put it back into the shop for Black Friday. So yeah, there's also some things that are on clearance.
Yeah.
So
check out the site. It's all there. SallyMcRaeMerch.com.
Yep.
Go get your gear. Represent Choose Strong. And we're going to end with saying, you know what, Sal? How thankful we are for those that listen to us week in and week out. Because you know what? This past year, we hit 3 million downloads on this podcast. Did you ever think that was something that would ever be a thing?
No,
not at all. 300 maybe, but 3 million's crazy. So we thank you guys for tuning into us and listening, and we're grateful for you. And we hope that you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. And what else? What else do you want to add to that?
Keep choosing strong in all you do.